All right, welcome back to the shop. Decided to run to Lowe's and get some bins and stuff. I read a lot about this Purple Power, so AutoZone happened to have a couple buckets, so we went and picked some up. We're going to soak all this stuff first in Purple Power. Read some stuff on practicalmachinist.com, rewatched some of Brad Jacobs' videos again, trying to see what he did, you know, to get most of this grum off. I mean, it's a bunch of it, and I'm gonna scrape most of the big stuff off, but I found some small containers. I found one that you slide up under a bed, which is perfect for these like 30-inch parts. So I'm gonna do that. I got some bigger containers and, just various size containers that as we start taking stuff apart, I'm going to use the most space utilization I can find. I want to, get all the parts in there, and I want to get it bubbling and all that. And let me show you what I did on this one. I just went and grabbed a piece of black iron pipe and drilled some holes in it. And all I want to do is keep this thing stirred up. I figured the more it stirred up, probably the better it would be. So I'm going to continue putting parts in here. I'm going to scrape off all the heavy crap that I can get before I put them in, and then fill it up with some Purple Power, plug in an air line, and just let it bubble away overnight. I think should work fine, or at least we'll find out. So when we get done with that, I'll bring you back. All right, we got most of the parts off, or most of the parts scraped down. This is all the taper attachment is in the bin now. All the nuts and bolts, all the big pieces, long pieces. It took about 7 gallons, which is about what I figured, a little more than 5. So I bought 15, so just in case, who knows. Just pouring it over it, you could see the stuff coming off, and it's pretty promising, not gonna lie. Already getting some of that old paint just kind of fell right off. That's pretty encouraging. The purples turned most definitely a dingy color now, so, and it hasn't been 5 minutes, so yeah, I couldn't get these ends in right here, but if this is all I got to clean by hand, God, I'm amazed how good that worked. Let's hook a little air in it. The foaming up's got a little issue with me, but what the heck, we're gonna try it. My sandblaster has its own regulator, so I just turn it down, and it has I have a hose hooked to it too that, where you can blow stuff off at. So I'll just turn it up a little bit until we see something happen. And all I really want to do is to keep that stuff stirred up. We'll put the lid on it. Keep all that stuff moving. I mean, it's not even registering on the indicator how much air is going through it. So the foaming up, might be an issue, but we'll put a lid on it. This good old thing came with one, so we'll just let it bubble away. See how it turns out. It's got vent holes built into the bottom of it, so we'll just let that go for a while. See what happens. I mean, if it's easier on me, it's easier on me, and that's what we're up to. So let's head back over the lathe. We'll start taking some more stuff off. I think we'll start on the compound and get it off. Might even take it apart and put it in one of these smaller buckets. It's small enough I should be able just to reach around. Oh, there we go. The foaming didn't push the lid off, so maybe my bubbling idea wasn't such a good idea after all. So we'll see. If it makes a mess in the shop, we'll definitely have to think of something different here. Let's just do it like that for a little while. Maybe that bubbles will pop. Who knows? Or I could come around and just stir it up every once in a while. We'll see. Doesn't look like the bubbles are going to pop. Be nice to have a big old bin full of this stuff so you could just take it in and out. We'll see. I'm going to shut the air off. I don't think that's going to work too good in this shallow of a bin. Worth a shot, though. I tell you what, I'll just leave it like that, and then every once in a while I'll come turn the air on. Just Purple Power. All right, let's go back to the lathe. All right, we're back over here. Let's see what we can do about taking this compound off. Probably going to take it off in one shot and just carry it over to the table. take it apart over there. Got much more room to work over there. So let's take this sucker off. Of course. There we go. I wonder if you can just take these nuts all the way off. Wow, it turns easy. And just lift it straight off. I'm not sure. We'll see. I think the top of the threads are boogered up on the stud coming out. Make some new ones or clean those up. Well, come on now. So let me loosen these two nuts up here and then we'll come right back at it and see. Alright, I went and got my trusty little magnetic tray to put these in, or any parts that come off this. And I do believe I'm just going to put them in separate totes and then you know, clean them up that way all the parts stay together in case because once we get all this stuff off, I'm going to concentrate on the main part here. So let's see. Nope. I was hoping they'd come off the stud. All right, let me do a little more digging. We'll figure out what this is here. What's holding this thing on? All right, I'll be back. Okay, well, I thought it might just lift up from the top, but evidently it doesn't. So we're going to try and slide feed off the back here. There we go, we got that out. So let's just take this screw out so we won't be damaging it. It should go through the nut here, and then it's keyed that goes up into the front there. That's how most of these old lathes are from what I've seen from all the videos that I've watched. So we're going to unscrew this, so I'll bring you back when we got it out. Whoa. All right, so yeah, I hate to know how heavy this thing is. Everything else has been ridiculously heavy, so I couldn't quite get the feet. Well, here it goes. I'm going the wrong way. No, that's it. Oh well. Let's see if we can get it off. Oh yeah. Jesus. Everything is heavy, man. All right. We're going to go to the table. So, wish me luck. God, dog. No parts came off. All right, well, we got it over to the workbench, and the reason it wouldn't unscrew is because, of course, it's not threaded all the way. It's keyed on the end. So, you know, you had to get this sucker on somehow. So, let me get a little brush here, do a little scraping, or let me find a little scraper. There's got to be a pin or something. There we go. There's a pin. So, looks like a pin. You can probably hear the parts washer bubbling away. Now, is it a tapered pin? That'd be a good question. Everything else has been tapered so far. So, I tell you what, let's get the old calipers out right quick. Do a quick measurement. Looks brass, whatever it is. But man, it's peened over like crazy on both sides. It's not going to be easy getting out, I don't believe. Nothing everything's been pretty easy, so I reckon I ought not complain too much. All right, let's get the old calipers out, if I can find them. All right. That side says 227. This side says 238. Maybe it is a taper pin. 250. So we want to hit the small side. So let me go get a block of wood. I want to, block this up so we don't don't bend the lead or the screw. So let me get a block of wood and see if I can't get that out. We'll be right back. All right. Well, I went back to the wood shop and just grabbed a piece of 2x8 that was laying back there, whacked it off to 5 inches. So it fits pretty nice up under there. Got me an assortment of punches here. Try and find the one that fits the hole the best. Well, that's not bad. Don't laugh at me for using a carpenter's hammer. Oh man, it moved. That's a good sign. Might have to go a little smaller. That's supposed to be bigger on the other end, so. And it is a taper pin. I don't know. We'll mic it up and see. It's just a piece of brass. So now, how does that sucker come off of there? It's got to go this way. It's got to be. Oh yeah. Little tap tap. Oh, it's just a slip ring. All right. All right. Now we're making a little more sense. So, get this old bearing off. That thing's shot anyway. All right, let me get the bearing off and this collar off. Then we'll be able to unscrew the lead screw. We'll put it back together temporarily so we'll know where everything's at. And then we'll go from there. I'll bring it back. All right, that didn't take much. I just put a little PB blaster on it and the bearing came right off. And remember when I said when I put the that one piece in there, I thought I'd replace the washer. Well, it was that side of that bearing, and it's just, it's just totally eat up. So we're going to have to make a trip to the old Allied bearing place and get them to order at least 2 of them right there. So now this collar should come off. There we go. Now we've got to unscrew this thing from the front side. So I'm going to have to get a brush and clean these last few threads out. They're gunked up pretty good. So, see you in a minute. Screwing away I go. All right. And what seems like a half an hour later, we'll finally get this sucker out. Maybe. We're going the right way. Yeah. All right, it had a little bit of schmoo on the end of it there, so I scraped what I could out. Dang, it looks good. There's not any nicks or anything like that in it. Pretty clean looking. So let's see if that was a taper pin while we're at it. Well, it doesn't go in that way. I don't think it was. So, anyway, let's put this back on. Like so. Find the hole. And tap it back into place. More or less. Close enough. So I know where that goes. I think what I'm going to do is I got some 2-inch pipe, PVC pipe. I think I'm just going to glue a cap on the end of it. I don't know if Purple Power eats through it. It's not eating through that tub. So We'll just drop it into a pipe. That way I'll use minimal purple power to get it all cleaned up. And just let it sit there. Every once in a while I'll come and shake it up, maybe flip it end for end. If I got to whack the end of it off, I'll whack the end of it off of the pipe, not this thing. So that looks good. Let's see what else we can get done here. I want to keep all this together. I'm going to put my calipers up. Even though they're the cheapo set from Harbor Freight, I still don't want to tear them up. All right, now why wouldn't this come apart? All right. Let's see what we can see. All right, there's one of the hex head nuts. See if we can grab that out of there. Let me grab needle nose pliers. That might reach in there better. Excuse me for all the coughing and the hacking. I'm trying to get over a cold. So I went to the doctor and she gave me some of them good antibiotics and cough medicine, and been doing the trick. It's about gone. So let's do this. There's one of them. I think it's just dirty. Let's go around here and find the other one. There's that one. You know what? I need my magnetic tray too. Let me get it off the lathe. It's got those nuts in it. I want to try and keep all that stuff together. So that's all I need is to something fly across the table and then all that stuff goes missing. Now will that, yeah. Well, why didn't it come off over there? That doesn't make any sense. So we'll lay that there. Take a look at here. Rag and clean up this 75 years worth of crap. I don't know what those are. Oh, just holes. All right. Might as well clean them out best we can right here. Shouldn't use a punch for that, but oh well. Run what you brung. And I think what we'll do is just keep on taking this apart and we'll get it in a tub of its own. Now, is that worn or is that scraper? I don't think it is. Oh no. No. Just had a ring of shmoo on it. So that's good there. So let's flip it over. There's the gib adjustment screw. All right. So we reckon it just unscrews? It can't be that easy. Could it? We'll find out. Anyway, let's pause, or I'll bring you back. I'm not going to pause it. Bring you back when I figure this one out. So we'll be right back. All right. After looking at it, it's got one of those, I'm going to call it a castle nut for lack of a better word. It's got in here in a bearing, I can see the bearing. I took the, working on taking the knob off, and then this tensioning gear there, and then we'll see how this goes now. I don't know. How is that attached? I don't see anything, so surely it's just a slip fit. Oh yeah. Just, there we go. There we go. All right, sorry about that. My battery died on the camera, so we're going to try and figure out how to get this booger out of here. I know there's a bearing there. I swear that looks like a spanner. But, well, maybe. There's only one notch in it, though. I'm afraid to do it this way. It's not the right way to do it. All right. That's a bearing. It's got to have something to draw into. So how's the sucker come out? We'll figure it out. Oh, is it going to go now? Look at here. Nah, I knew my luck wouldn't be, I wouldn't have that good of luck. All right. Let me work this out and see what it is. It's got to be something simple. I just haven't seen it yet. So I'll bring you back when I do. All right, so let's give this a whirl. Why is everything so loose? I'm not complaining, but kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. So that is I'm gonna go with a homemade slotted screw. So now that gib ought to come right out. Well, I thought that was chunks of metal there for a minute. Let me take a look down in here. What do you think, that gib slides out this way? Let's see. Yeah, let's try it. Probably tapered, so got to go that way. Well, it's going. Yeah. Okie dokie. Yeah. Yeah, it's going. All right. Sorry about that. I didn't realize the camera battery had died. So I went ahead and I got the compound the rest of the way took apart. The gib, tapered gib came out. You took the screw out of the front and then it slid out from the front. Just needed a little tapping because it had a bunch of gunk in it. Got that done. Got all the parts, took apart, took some pictures of how all the bearings lined up. There was 1, 2, 3, 4 thrust washers and a couple thrust bearings in there, but they're all soaking in here. It's a good idea to take pictures of how stuff comes apart, and then I use Google Photos because when you take the picture with your phone and it uploads to Google Photos, it's on all your devices, so you can see them anywhere. So I can go in the house, look at it big. It also allows you to put annotations in it. You just click the properties and hit information. So I was able to put, and I'll put a little picture in here of what I did. I put I think I put compound ball screw, parts come off, top to bottom, left to right, bottom of the wood facing the left. So as you pick up the part, it would just, everything slides back on to the left. So it just makes it easier for me. You know, I could go back and watch some of the videos, but sometimes little things like that, as you take it apart, you know, you grab the part and you put it down. So it's just easier to grab the part, put it down in the order that you took it off, take a picture of it, label it, and you're good to go. And then you never have to worry about your phone not taking the picture or whatever because it's shared on Google Photos. So works for me. So anyway, we're gonna let these soak. So I'll come back out tomorrow morning. It'll probably be a, what, 15-hour soak or so and on this one, and probably 18 hours on the taper attachment. And then we're gonna get that done. I need to clean the table off, put down a bunch of rags, and then we're gonna just get a tub of hot water. We're gonna rinse everything, put it down, and maybe put a light coat of mineral spirits on it. Since we're using oil-based paint, that shouldn't matter at all. And then before we do the final painting, of course, we'll mask everything that we don't want painted and clean everything up and give her a paint. Clean it up with acetone or whatever it takes. Might not, if it looks good, we're not gonna do anything. Hopefully all the paint's come off. If the paint hadn't come off, then we're gonna have to strip everything. So, we'll see what it is tomorrow. Till then, 7-3. See ya.